How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you tell me a little bit more about what you mean by okay?
I'm okay. I'm struggling very hard. I have my family on top of me. They think I have a drug problem because I have a real bad back. I had a real bad accident,
Mm.
and I fractured my back, and they had
Wow.
to fuse my back and all that. And so I need my Percocets
Mm.
for my pain, but no, they think I'm a junkie.
Mm.
So I'm frustrated and tired with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So when did your back surgery or back injury happen?
It actually happened about 10 years ago.
10 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had a car accident, and I thought I was never gonna walk again. But I'm here. I'm walking in a lot of pain, but I'm here.
Mm.
So my mom is always complaining, and that I don't do anything but take pills, and I have every excuse in the world to take the pills.
Mm.
But they don't understand. They just don't understand my pain. They don't understand the struggles that I go through.
Mm.
So I just don't know.
Have you tried talking to them about what you're struggling with?
I tell them all the time, but they don't listen. They think that I'm just trying to get attention, and they think that I'm just making it up because I just want the pill, so I'm making up that I'm hurting, and if only they knew the pain that I'm going through, but they don't care.
Mm.
They don't care at all.
So you feel like you're alone in what you're feeling?
Yeah. They don't. Like, honestly, I could just, like the other day, my mother and I got into a big argument over it, and and I try, not because they said I'm getting high. I'm not getting high. I'm trying to relieve the pain.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to get a job, and then when I do have a job, I can either sit down too long, I can't stand up too long. So what else do they want me to do? So sometimes I honestly would just want to leave, go as far as I can, and don't even be a less burden to them, and just leave them alone.
Mm. So when talking about your family, it feels like you're very defensive. Is that right?
Yeah, because they don't understand me.
Mm.
They don't understand me. They don't care to understand, because if they only put themselves in my shoes for just one day, then maybe they could say, "Oh, wow, Miriam, I'm sorry," but now I don't get that. All I get is it's just I'm fed up with it.
Yeah. So before the accident, how were things with your family?
They were good because I was maintaining my job. I was helping out in the house. I was very productive, and now I understand that I'm not productive. I'm not bringing anything to the table. I'm not bringing anything, helping out with the bills. On good days, I will help around the house. I'll clean and stuff like that, but that's about it. I don't know what else do they expect from me. They have the nerve. They have the nerve to even ask me to go and admit myself to to one of those rehab centers.
Mm-hmm.
They're crazy, because if they think I'm gonna do that, I don't have a problem like that. I just take my pills because I have pain. I'm in pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I don't know.
And so you said with that accident 10 years ago, you almost witnessed like you weren't going to be able to walk again, or it was kind of a near-death experience. Is that right?
Yes, it was bad. I was in ICU for 2 months, and then the recovery took about a year.
Wow.
So yeah, and I know my family was suffering through that, to see me in that condition.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I'm able to walk, but they still don't understand, and I don't know what else to do to try to help them understand my pain. And they try to flip it on me, give me reverse psychology, saying that me feel what they're feeling. You know, like, okay, they're frustrated because I'm in my condition,
Yeah.
and I just don't see it that way.
Yeah.
I don't see it that way. I don't see, you know, I understand that she's struggling and she's frustrated seeing me this way, but they just don't understand me. I just don't, you know, they just don't understand me. I don't know.
It must be hard to have an accident 10 years ago and still feel the effects of that. And not only that, but having your family not understand.
Yeah, it is. They don't understand at all. Maybe they could come in here and talk to you and you could give them some pointers or something, because, you know, they're not listening to me. They're not listening.
Well, trust me, I'm not the expert here. I just want to get to understand you more and stuff, because it feels like you feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you need somebody to understand what you're going through.
Yes.
Do you feel like the painkillers, do you feel like those help you cope with being alone?
It somewhat it does. I mean, more it's for the pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's for the pain because I'm in a lot of pain. But you know, when I take them, it's like I don't worry about whatever else anybody's thinking or saying or doing. You know, it's like I'm okay. It's, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's helping me with my pain, but I'm okay too, because I'm not worrying about who thinks whatever about me. You know.
Could that pain not only be physical, but could it be emotional too? Could the pills help with that?
Well, I feel a little numb, if that's what you're trying to get to. Yeah, I feel numb sometimes with it. And at least I don't drink and take the pills, so they should be happy about that. But no, you can't satisfy them.
And do you feel better when you feel numb?
Yeah, because nothing touches me, and whatever it goes, it just like goes through.
Yeah.
I mean, then when I don't have the pills, you know, it's like I feel everything. I feel their piercing, eye piercing, looking at me like, oh, you know. Sometimes I think they probably wish I was dead and not have to deal with this, you know. They don't have to deal with my like they say I'm an addict, but I'm not an addict. I'm just taking the pills for my pain. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
But
so it seems like you're saying there's either feeling numb or feeling everything. Is that right?
Yeah. If I'm not taking the pills, then I feel everything. I feel their you know, their piercing, their criticism. They, you know, I don't do anything well. I don't do anything good. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, so, but when I'm taking the pills, it doesn't bother me. It's like they could say whatever. They could probably even cuss at me right in my face, and I just laugh it off and keep on walking. Like it doesn't bother.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I don't know. They honestly think I have a real bad problem.
Yeah.
But I don't think I do.
No.
Yeah.
So have you tried stopping the pills enough to where you could maybe feel that pain again? Have you tried that before?
Girl, I tried not taking the pill for 1 week,
Hmm.
and I got the runs like there was no tomorrow. I'm not gonna go through that.
What about your back?
I still was hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still hurt. You know, sometimes when I'm alone at home and I'm thinking, because I don't want to depend on pills to be able to function. You know, that's not my goal in life. You know, I had a lot of dreams. I wanted to be a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought I probably would do a good job, because in high school I did all kinds sorts of plays, and I was amazing. And everybody always used to say, ooh, you have a good gifting there. But that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, sometimes I think maybe my life was different if I wasn't in the pills. Maybe I could have done something functional and you know, that I could be proud of myself and my mom could be proud of me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Sometimes I just want to give up on life, and you know, and sometimes when I argue with my mom, I tell her I just want to die. Just let me die. Just let me die. I don't want to be here no more. You know, why did you have me? You know, you just didn't want me. That, you know, this is the cost of all that. And right there and then I do want to die. I think it'll be an easier way out, and she doesn't have to suffer anymore. She doesn't have to live with me, and I don't have to deal with you know, another day of arguing. You know. Do you think I'm right for thinking like that?
I think everyone has felt that way in some way or another. It varies. I feel like your feelings, they can be valid, and I think you've been using pills as a coping mechanism for quite a while. And it's like you can't even see past that now because it's been so long. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's been 10 years. It's a long time.
Do you feel like everything is hopeless now? Or do you feel, can you see you doing what you're passionate about, what you talked about earlier of maybe being in the theater or something like that? Do you think that could be in your future still?
Not if I continue the way I'm going. I honestly don't see myself doing that. There are days that you know, when I'm without taking the pills and stuff like that, I really sink in, you know, thinking of the stuff, you know, just like, I think maybe I could, even if I don't do theater, but be productive, you know, do something that I will feel proud of myself doing.
Can you see a step, maybe it could be a tiny little baby step in that direction? What do you think that would be?
Taking the pills less.
Do you think that could be manageable?
I could try. And doing that. I don't know, I know my mom was always telling me I should go to a rehab center and get, you know, detox with the drugs and stuff like that. Maybe that's a way of, you know, trying to do things differently.
You never know until you try, right? It could be very scary.
Oh, definitely, and I know it's going to be very painful as well. I mean,
that's how we heal, though, right? It's a big process, and it can be very painful, right?
Yeah, it could be very painful. I just hope that if I ever decide to do that, that I still have my mother around for her to, you know, to be there to see it, to witness it, and to be proud of me, and to help me to go through that process, because I don't want to do it alone.
And it sounds like that, even though she's nagging and you don't feel like she understands you, she cares about you.
Yeah, I know. I could see that when I'm not numb, you know, when I'm feeling everything, I could see that she has a lot of pain, and you know, she wants the best for me, and I know she loves me. But man, she nags so much sometimes.
Sometimes the most caring people do, right? Yeah.
And she always tells me, "Oh, wait until you have your own kids, and then you'll see, you know, the love of a parent for the kids and that." I don't have kids, and right now I don't care to have any kids. So.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, I think what we talked about was good today. Do you feel a little better, kind of just opening up and talking about that?
Yeah, because at least you're sitting there and listening to me. You're not like, you know, nagging like my mom, "Oh, I'm a drug addict," and all that.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there listening to what I have to say.
Yeah.
So at least it's a good step, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm here for you and what is best for you, and so I think it would be good to continue this and talk next week how we can maybe keep going and take little baby steps to what you're passionate about and getting back to that.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
Wonderful.
good.
Well, I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye bye.